Good morning, students. Today we will be discussing on the topic human digestive system. In previous class, I was also discuss about the human digestive system, being the very important topic according to point of view of your board examination. So I want to discuss this topic once again. The human digestive system are alimentary canal, alimentary canal. You can say that alimentary canal. It is about 9.5 to 10 meter long tube opens with mouth and extending up to anus. The alimentary canal is mainly consists of two parts. First, the digestive tract, and next, the associated digestive glands. Then, students, here I will draw the diagram of digestive tract as well as associated digestive glands. It is important to draw the peculiar features during illustration of diagrams. Then these are the representation of salivary glands. So that you can clearly know about the digestive tract and associated glands. It is the structure of the stomach. It is somewhat J-shaped, English letter J-shaped structure. And this is the first part of small intestine, which is C-shaped and known as the duodenum. just above the duodenum, a leaf-like structure is present known as pancreas. It is a mixed gland due to presence of exocrine as well as endocrine parts. It means it secretes hormones as well as enzymes. The endocrine parts contain endocrine glands, and endocrine glands are ductless, known for their hormone secretion, whereas the exocrine part contains exocrine glands which are known for the secretion of digestive enzymes. These are the hepatic duct, which is common, also opens at a common orifice inside the duodenum. That's why it is also known as common hepatic pancreatic duct. The gallbladder, in which the liver stores its bile juice. This is the largest gland of our body, liver. Now, from here, the highly convoluted tube-like structure in the form of small intestine. This is the second part of small intestine, also known as jejunum, just after the first part, duodenum. It further extended up to the cecum part of the large intestine. And opens into the cecum with a orifice also known as ileocecum junction. This is the cecum part of the large intestine. It has an thread-like structure that is called Vermic Appendage. In appendix, when any of the food materials get in touch, it does not found any passage to out, and it starts decaying into the part of this large intestine that usually recognized after the ultrasound as appendicitis. A normal surgery is done by gastrologist, and to surgically terminate out the patients become comfortable, or you can say that realize comfortable from the chronic pain. This is the end part of large intestine, that is rectum, and the lowest end part of the rectum is anus. Now students, there is time to label these diagrams. One more organ is present in which always flow oxygenated blood and also known as the blood bank of our body. Yes students, this structure is a spleen in which always the oxygenated blood flow and it is regarded as the blood bank of our body. If we are discussing at first, this is the mouth cavity, or you can also call it oral cavity or buccal cavity, so many names. This is the pharynx, sublingual salivary gland, sublingual salivary gland. This is submaxillary, maxillary, and that one is the parotid. Parotid gland. These all are salivary gland. Salivary gland. This secretes a watery fluid containing ptyalin or amylase enzyme that helps in conversion of carbohydrate into simple glucose. That's why when we masticating a bit of chapatis in our mouth for a long time, then we found that it after some times its taste becomes sweeter. This is due to presence of ptyalin enzyme or amylase in the saliva of our mouth, which is secreted by these salivary glands. There are 3 pairs of salivary glands present in our mouth that opens with a duct, and I will mention the name of these ducts in the PDF notes. This is the pharynx. Now this is oesophagus. This is stomach, spleen, pancreas, and duodenum. This is the first part of a small intestine. I want to label it in the right side of the diagram. Duodenum. After the duodenum is end here, and after that the second part of the small intestine will start, that is jejunum, and after jejunum, the jejunum ends with the ileum, then other part of the small intestine, ileum, and this is the ileocecum junction, where the small intestine ends into the large intestine. That's why this is called junction. Junction is a place where more than two ways, or you can say that two ways are present. Two ways are present for easy transportation of any kind of substances. As usually you know that some railway platforms have junction, because at that platform more than two directions the trains are comes. Likewise, here is also junction, because it is a platform between the small intestine and large intestine. Small intestine. These are the parts of small intestine: first, second, and third. Now there is the talking about or discussing about the part of large intestine. The large intestine first part is cecum. The cecum further passes into the colon. Colon is resided into four parts on the basis of its position around the small intestine. The large intestine truly packed, or you can say that covered the small intestine. This is the first part of the large intestine, cecum. This is accessory part of the cecum. Vermiform appendix, or you can say only appendix. Vermiform. The term vermiform means thread-like structure. That's why it is known as vermiform appendix. During the ancient times, this structure had very vital role in the digestion of cellulose. But now we are taking cooked food, or you can say that ripened food, in which the presence of cellulose is very less amount, so that this organ become vestigial. Now this is the colon, and it is the ascending colon. What? Ascending colon, because the food passes from the cecum in a upward direction in this U-tube like large intestine. That's why it is said to be ascending colon. I will direct this with the help of arrow mark. Yes, this is the passage of undigested waste matter of food, which acting throughout from anus. Ascending colon. This is the transverse part of the colon. Transverse part of colon. This is sigmoid. No, this is not sigmoid. This is descending part of colon. I will illustrate in the left position, and also I can use some color chalks so that you can easily define what is I label here. The descending colon, and this is the sigmoid colon part, rectum, and this is the end part, anus. Now one thing is to be skipped in the diagram, very important structure, the liver. the largest gland of our body, liver, and this is the ear-shaped structure, gallbladder. If any stones get stuck into the gallbladder, inside the gallbladder, it never can be retained out, so that hence we called it gallstones, which is easily surgically terminated from this structure, and the whole structure is terminated out, and the patient are suggested to avoid to take no more bitter or sour eatables. Okay, students. Thanks students for learning today's.